Segment 3. The right to life, survival and development. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child says that all children have the right to life, survival and development. But what exactly does that mean? For children, the right to life means that from the moment they are born, they have the right to have their life protected. They must have a chance to grow, to develop, and to become adults. So what do children need to grow and develop? Well, they need to be protected from war and violence. They need a safe place to live and a clean environment. They need enough healthy food and clean water to grow strong and good medical care to stay healthy. Children also have the right to be educated. But millions of children around the world, particularly girls, don't go to school and don't get the education they need to become healthy and happy adults. Sometimes children don't go to school because of poverty, insecurity, or cultural beliefs, or sometimes because there are no schools or too few teachers. It is estimated that around 1 in 10 children don't go to school because they have to work and earn money to support their families. This is called child labor. Let's find out more. This is Anna. She and her best friend Neema live in southern Tanzania. And they love going to school.
Education is important in my life. I am at school because I want to learn. I like mathematics.
I feel happy. Coming to school will help me become a teacher one day.
But just a few months ago, Anna and Neema were being denied their right to education. Their families had forced them to drop out of school. They were child laborers, working all day.
I used to wake up in the morning and sweep the compound. After that, I would take my hoe to the farm to work. After the farm, I would go back home to cook. And then I would set the place for us to eat.
My father died and my mother died. I was forced to work in farms, doing tobacco farming, farming groundnuts and carrying tobacco bags. I wasn't paid at all for my work.
Helping your family at home is an important part of growing up. But if you have to do so much work you have no time to study, rest and play, that is wrong. Some children have to work so hard they miss school completely. Fortunately for Anna and Neema, there was a teacher in their community, Mrs. Mremi, who was working to raise awareness of children's right to education and the dangers of child labor.
If a child has been enrolled at school but hasn't been attending, the first thing we do is go to speak to the parents and ask them if there is something wrong with the child, and then they give us an answer. If I see that these children are being denied their basic rights, then there's a need to educate the parents. I ask them, why is this child like this? And why is that child like that? Firstly, children should be loved. Children should be respected. Children should have freedom to express their ideas. Children should have the right to medical care. And children should be educated.
One of the adults that Hannah spoke to was Anna's older sister, who was looking after her.
Truthfully, life was very tough. So it got to a point where I sent the children out to work so that we could at least earn a little bit of money. to pay for things and take care of their needs, like buying soap. But the situation was very tough because the children didn't even have a uniform to go to school.
But despite these challenges at home, Anna and Nema knew they had a right to go to school. They weren't rude or mean, but they simply and respectfully said what they wanted and needed.
I was tired of doing all the work at home, so I asked my sister if she could send me to school to get an education. When I started school, the hard labor ended and I started learning.
One of a child's rights is going to school, which means parents should bring their children to school to be educated. I asked them to send me back to school because I was so envious of my friends.
Nema's mother agreed that she should be in school.
Now I send them to school. I provide food for them. I don't take them to work on the farm anymore like I used to. Education is important to your life now and in the future because when children are educated, they can become self-employed, and secondly, they will help take care of me when I'm old.
Now, every day at school for Anna and Nema is about learning, playing, and working towards their future.
Now I can read and I can write. I want to be a police officer.
Child laborers are being abused because they aren't going to school. But now I am in school. I am learning and understanding things. I am happy to be with other children. And when the teacher talks, now I can understand.
So remember, children have the right to be protected from forced labor or any form of exploitation or slavery. All children have the right to be free and to live, grow, and develop through education.